Welcome to the CE Pro Podcast. I'm Executive Editor Arlen Schweiger. A recent survey by the National Association of Realtors reported that landscape lighting is tied with in-ground swimming pools as the #1 outdoor feature that helps increase the valuation of a home. Landscape lighting is the topic of this week's podcast, where you'll hear tips from a top integrator, rep, landscape lighting design specialist, and manufacturer, Garden Light LED, about sales, design, and installation. This category is ripe for the picking, so get ready to learn a lot about lighting in this week's podcast episode. As always, be sure to subscribe to CE Pro's YouTube channel and hit that like button on our videos, or subscribe to the CE Pro podcast on Apple and Spotify and leave a review.
Hi, Jason Knott with CE Pro, and today we are talking about the ever-brightening category of outdoor lighting. So with me today is a group of industry leaders who are going to bring a wide perspective and different angles to this category. We're going to delve into the outdoor lighting topic, talking about some key ways that integrators can get started in the category. And if you're already in the category, some ways that you can perhaps boost your sales in the category. We're going to talk about finding that right manufacturer partner, talk about some warranty administration advice. We're going to talk about using demo kits effectively and ways to close way more lighting business. So thanks for joining me today. Let me introduce, with me today is Bruce Kennison, National Sales Director at Garden Light LED. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Jason, how are you? Good morning.
Hey, thanks for joining me. Also, Luis Kudalink, let me say that again. Luis Kudalink, Architectural and Lighting Design Coach at Garden Light LED.
Hi, Jason. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining me. Also with us is Ahmad Sharifeh, the Territory Sales Manager at Phoenix Marketing Group in Florida. Hey, Ahmad.
Hey, Jason. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And last but not least is Frank Podizak, owner of Freedom Technologies in Naples, Florida. Hey, Frank.
Hey, good morning, Jason. How are we doing?
Yeah, thanks for joining me. I'm doing great. All right, Bruce, let's start off with you. What prompted Garden Light LED's interest in the AV channel for landscape lighting?
Well, a couple of years ago, I just noticed that a few landscape lighting manufacturers were actually participating in the AV market. So I just wanted to take a closer look at it. And, I was looking at rep firms to start, and I saw a lot of the products and services they offered really blended perfectly with landscape lighting. You saw a lot of products, for outdoor living spaces, specifically speakers, also security systems. So really, when you think about landscape lighting, it's a perfect fit for both of those. I mean, if somebody has an audio system, outdoor audio system, they're really doing themselves a disservice if they don't have a landscape lighting system. And on a security side, if you have a client that you're providing security services for, lighting is definitively going to make your house more secure. Even if you have security cameras, they're going to work better with more lighting. So I saw a tremendous opportunity. 2 weeks ago, I was out at Lightapalooza. I think the whole industry sees that, indoor, outdoor lighting is going to be a big part of what integrators are going to be offering to their clients. I guess if there was one thing that concerned me, but it really didn't, was it's new to everybody. And, new is a little scary. You have to be trained, you have to understand it. If you're not confident with it, you're not going to go out and promote it. But, Garden Light, we've been in business since 1996. We've never gone through distribution. One of the reasons is if you go through distribution, you lose, control over who's buying your product, who's representing your product. So we've always had direct relationships with our dealers. So with that said, we had to really, provide great training and also great support. This is what we do. We've been doing it since 96. We're really good at it. So, in order to get people to a certain confidence level, we have to do really good training, but then we also have to have great support with our inside sales team, like Luis, and also with our rep firms. And Ahmad has been awesome. He's one of the guys that from our rep firms that really embrace lighting. So he brings a lot of value to his customers, his integrators. So the training was something that I thought about, but it's, this is what we do, and we've had a lot of success.
Well, the timing couldn't have been better, especially with the pandemic over the past few years and homeowners wanting to spend more time in their outdoor spaces. And then, as you mentioned, integrators, a new category, but knowing that integrators are focused on bringing those higher end solutions, it seems like a real perfect fit. So Luis, let me turn to you. You're the lighting design coach at Garden Light LED. How do you assist AV integrators?
Well, I have 14 years working for Garden Light, so 14 years of experience. Prior to that, I used to be an installer in Miami for 5 years, right? So I'm using my 19 years of experience to pass it to new partners. The way that I work with them is to make it easy to understand, easy to work with the product, and easy to understand, the whole process. As a matter of fact, last year, I was working with a brand new partner in California, and I helped him to do the lighting design, which is part of the service from Garden Light, is free. And he won the 2022 Residential Award of Excellence for the OLP. Same customer this year won at the same event, the commercial project. So normally I help them first to understand our product, closing techniques, lighting design, planning, which is very important. I know my product better than anybody. So understanding the product, how you're going to use and install it in the right place is key. Why? Because my purpose is to set up companies from the Me Too companies. We have an incredible product that can help you to reach to that level. Also, in our website, we have a big library of videos that you can go right away right now, gardenlightled.com, and we have webinars, we have training videos the customers start getting used to, and get a little bit more knowledge about what Garden Light culture is. Also, we offer one-on-one training, which that's the part that I like, because obviously each company works in a different way, so it's a little bit customized. And also the lighting design for the end user is customized. We never use the same fixtures for everybody. So that is part of the process to let them know and understand that we are here to support them. That's very important key that I would like to stop there. I work the best I can to make it easy for them to feel confidence with the product. Like Bruce says, when you feel confident, you're going to offer the product. In other words, outdoor lighting, architectural lighting, I think is a great opportunity for business to increase their profit.
Let me ask you some specifics on when you're helping those integrators with the lighting design. What do they need to send you? Is it photos? Is it an architectural drawing? Is it a drawing sketch on the back of a napkin? What do you need to do to help them with the lighting design?
Well, if they can provide me as much information, it would be better, right? But just to let you know, photos is okay. Sometimes I need an address because I go to Google Earth and see the property in a different way. I can make Google Earth, they have measurements, so I can take the distance and do that kind of design. So if they have architectural plans or landscape plans, photos, or address, any of that, it will help me to lead them to the best lighting design possible. So basically they are my eyes on the ground.
And then one other follow-up question, what's the typical turnaround? Obviously, I'm assuming it would depend on the size of the project, but is it months? Is it weeks? Is it days? Give us a sense.
Oh God, no. It's between 7 to 10 business days. That is the average. And you're right, it depends the size of how complicated. And when I say complicated, I'm not saying difficult, but how elaborate the lighting design can be. But once again, I want to make emphasis of this. It's not that it's difficult, but it's customized, and we're trying to embrace the architectural of the property the best we can. We have the product, you have the project, we can do it for you. Absolutely.
All right, Ahmad, let me turn to you. Phoenix Marketing Group is one of the leading rep firms in the industry. Before you started working with Garden Light LED, were you offering outdoor lighting services as part of your portfolio?
We weren't offering outdoor lighting in sense of low voltage, like Garden Light LED. We do have another line that we work with, Color Beam, but color beam lighting is required, more to be penetrated into the house. The controls are inside. There's drivers, so that's a different application. That's really more for like tunable white, patio lights, lanais, things like that. But the actual landscape lighting, uplighting itself, before Garden Light, no, we weren't doing any landscape lighting.
And now, when did you start working with Garden Light?
We've been repping Garden Light now for about 2 years, I believe. Is that right, Bruce? About 2 years now.
Just about 2 years. Yep.
We've been with them, and it's been an amazing partnership, amazing company. The thing with us at Phoenix, we don't like to pick up lines just to pick up lines. We're very firm believers in keeping it skinny and deep. We go 20 manufacturers or less as our line card, and we are very design-centric, design-focused. We work a lot with builders, integrators, architects, designers, and we only seek out lines and partnerships with manufacturers that accommodate our offering, our packages that we deal with. And like Bruce said earlier, we do a lot of landscape audio. As you can tell, South Florida, that's our biggest market, outdoor living space. So why not light it up? Why not offer a product that's going to give you that, making your outdoor space really come to life to accommodate your audio, video needs and whatnot. So when we met with Garden Light and we had a talk with Bruce and Garden Light and Team One as a company, we really appreciated the value, what they bring to the table as far as support, service, because like Bruce said, you can't sell this product with distribution. You got to be able to support your dealers. You got to be able to know how to help them design the system, give them the support they need, and give them a product that we stand behind. Because at the end of the day, there's a problem in the field, they're coming to us. We're the rep firm, we're the front line, we're the ones who brought it to our dealers. It's our partnership. And because of our partnership, they're willing to give a try to a company like Garden Light. So we got to make sure the partnership is there. And after we went up and visited the factory, had the factory tour, the simple fact that they're right here in Tampa, they're in our backyard, it's USA engineered, designed, manufactured, that right there was, a closing factor for us. We've actually had a couple training events where we've taken dealers to the factory and we did the tour and trainings and some design at the factory. And they've seen everything in action right there. So it builds a level of confidence for the dealer as well to understand the type of partnership they have. You're not walking in, grabbing stuff off the shelf, walking out. You got an entire team behind you that's going to guarantee you the result that you want to give to the type of clientele you work with. So when we saw that, to me, I was blown away. I walked in there, Bruce took a 24-inch pure brass rod, put it in my hand. He goes, "You see this?" It goes to a CNC machine, and this amazing, incredible looking fixture comes out the other end. So the materials they use, the design, the QC, the quality work that they offer there, everybody's hands-on, that to me was a closer, and allowed us to have the confidence in the partnership with Garden Light to really be passionate about Garden Light LED lighting and also taking it to our dealers.
All right. So speaking of taking it to your dealers, Frank, let me turn to you at Freedom Tech. When did you start working with Garden Light and particular outdoor lighting, and what's your experience been like?
Sure. So when we opened the shop here in Naples, Florida, about 5 years ago, the question always comes up. You're outside digging wires, you're putting landscape speakers in, you're doing all that stuff. Customers, hey, can you fix this light for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it was just kind of a natural progression to say, yeah, we can do it. We never really got into full lighting design. It was usually little things here and there, fixing stuff for folks. Then we ran into a couple big projects down here in Naples where the builder requested that, we do the whole landscape lighting design for them and stuff like that. At that point, I reached out to Phoenix and I said, hey, who are we using do we have anybody for, landscape lighting? And they said, yeah, we're using Garden Light. And at that point, we got the whole plan, we got it over to Lewis. And I think from a dealer aspect, the wiring is not a big deal, right? It's similar to speaker wiring, everything else. Bury it, do good connections, and you're fine. The thing that is kind of challenging for me was say, hey, I'm not a designer. I'm not a lighting designer. And I think that's where Garden Light kind of stepped up and they said, hey, we do the design for you. So that was like an automatic, bear off the back of you and say, hey, you can continue to do this now. But having the part, like Ahmad just said, having them here in Tampa, having the design, having the product, shipped to you within a few days is awesome. Because there's a lot of garbage out there, let's put it that way. And I'm not going to go into other stuff, but we did install a couple of their little brands, and within a year later, stuff is disintegrating because it's just junk. So if you're going to install anything, my recommendation from a dealer standpoint, you install the best product out there, because you don't want to be going back for service calls because of a stupid connection or something like that. You definitely want good product.
So Garden Light has like a demo presentation kit. Was that something that you use, you've been able to use with the clients?
Yeah, that's actually a big deal. We actually have the demo kit, the Showtime kit, and you know what? It is amazing when you go out to a customer's home and they have practically no lighting. And you start setting that stuff up and the customer's kind of inputting, hey, let's try this, let's try that. In essence, they're selling themselves. You know, they keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading because it looks better and better and better as you add more to different aspects and the trees and all that stuff to light stuff up. So yeah, and then you shut it all off and you're like, wow, huge difference. So big recommendation is definitely to have the kit, go out there in the evening, spend some time with the customer. Because the profit margins allow you to do that. They allow you to spend that amount of time based on what you're getting, you know, with the profit margins. And in essence, as a dealer, that's what we're looking at, right? We're looking to put more money to the bottom line. And this was a big, big addition. I think we added, without taking a quick look at the numbers, probably about 15% to our bottom line just on outdoor landscape lighting.
And
Go ahead.
You know, in addition to having the landscape demo kits, you know, whether it's the Showtime closer or it's the demo kit itself, it adds value to the partnership because not only that, you're also educating the homeowner. You see, nowadays, homeowners, they're used to the everyday. These landscape lighting companies, I've seen many projects, many houses. I've walked on houses where the houses are 20, 25, $30 million homes. These people spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on their landscaping, on their palms and things like that. And then the lighting, it's just a light bulb. You know, these landscape lighting companies, they'll go out there, they'll put a light bulb here, light bulb there, you know, they'll spread them around. And I feel like they're just looking to close the deal and get a few dollars in their pocket. It's drop-in bulbs. They don't last. Like Frank said, 12 to 18 months later, they're burned up. There's condensation, there's buildup, they fall apart. You got a 25, 35 foot tree. You're not going to put a little drop-in bulb in there, 2, 3, 4 watt bulb, and expect to illuminate the entire canopy and get that wow factor. And some trees, you're not going to be able to do it with one bulb. Some require 2, 3, 4. I know Frank did one where this guy had an oak tree in the center of his house, the Trudeau project, Frank, if you recall.
Yeah.
We had to put 8 75 watt, 60 degree beam uplight fixtures just to cover that entire canopy. But you come down that street, that tree lights up like, you know, something you see in a magazine, right? And so the design process is a big factor because not every tree, like Louis said, is going to be lit properly. You could put a light bulb on a tree, the standard light fixture, you'll see them out there. You're going to get 2 to 5 feet of uplighting. You might get a little bit of shadow on the bottom of the canopy, but the top of the tree is completely dark. Where now I go with it with an integrated fixture like Garden Light, control the optics, I control the output. I can now illuminate the entire canopy. Now you have those Christmas lights all year round. Now you have that wow factor. And the light demo, the nighttime demo allows you to show the homeowner, this is why I'm recommending as a professional 2 or 3 lights to this tree or 1. So now they're able to have that experience and they can visualize. It's like buying a car. You go out to the dealership, you have a budget in mind, but by the time you end doing the test drives, you spent 20, 30 grand more than you planned to spend, right? Just because of the wow factor, and they showed you all the options available to you. So I think really more it's an educational point of view, and like Frank said, they sell themselves because every single project that I've done, I believe we have a 95% close ratio with every demo we've done. And every single project has had a 15 to 20% increase in budget that the homeowners themselves wanted to add more. Frank called me yesterday, said, hey, the house we did last week, we got to go back out there. She wants to add more lights. And that's become a standard just because they're able to actually test drive the product and see the true effect of a demo, which I think a lot of other companies, they lack and they don't do.
Yeah, I think the demo kit checks a lot of the boxes of what might be potential obstacles. Because I was going to ask Frank who his competitor was. You kind of hit on it there. Amount of this landscaping company that might come in, but they might come in with poor or no lighting design. They might come in with a poor quality fixture, and then the AV integrators already got that trusted relationship. So that relationship part, it seems like all those check boxes are are really nailed when you do that demo for the customer. You're showing them the design, you're showing them the product quality, and you're showing them, I'm the guy who can do this. So, Bruce, let me turn back to you.
Okay.
What advice would you give to AV rep firms or integrators out there about this category?
One thing, I've done a lot of trade shows, a lot of presentations with my rep firms to integrators who are interested in lighting. Or if they weren't, I would always say, are you doing lighting? And if they said no, I would say, why not? And the first thing is to talk about the opportunity. That client, it's your client. You've worked hard for that relationship. You should be selling as many products and services as you can, right? Two is, like Frank was saying before, the last thing he wants to do is go out and have to fix things that break. So, his relationship with his client is very important. So, the integrator has to have confidence with the manufacturer that they're aligning themselves with. And the third is training. Again, I'll go back to this all the time. If you don't feel confident about something, you're not going to go out and sell it and promote it. So to me is, if somebody really wants to make that commitment, one is they should come to one of our trainings. So we're actually holding a training May 16th and 17th in our facility. And like Ahmad was saying, it's awesome. You come to our facility, you see our team. We're a U.S. built company. We engineer. We source product. We source components. We assemble. We do everything right there. So it's a really impressive process. So when people see that, they know that they're aligning themselves with a quality manufacturer. Two is, it's a 2-day event. So we do a whole factory tour, but then we're going to sit down. We're going to talk everything about landscape lighting, how to price a project, how to design a project, how to lay the project out, how to market it. Everything you need to know is going to be in an factory setting. And then most importantly is the second day, we're actually going to go out in the field. We have a great dealer that's right there in Tampa. And we're going to show people exactly how to lay a system out and also how to install it. And we have a lot of great fixtures. We're not a landscape lighting company. We're also an architectural lighting company. So we have a lot of great well lights for outdoor living spaces, pillars, gazebos, whatnot. And a lot of people get a little afraid of that because you have to core drill. But when you're shown how to do it, and like Luis was saying before, we have videos, but there's nothing like hands-on experience. So when they come down, we're going to do core drilling. We're going to get up into the second story of homes, and we're going to get that confidence level up. Because again, it all comes down to, if they don't understand it, they're not confident with it, they're not going to go out and promote it. So, lean on us. Like I was saying before, this is what we do. We train. But also after that, we do support. And, Frank's got the talk about the Showtime Closer. The Showtime Closer is awesome. First and foremost, it's there to help you close jobs. It's also going to help you sell more fixtures, like Ahmad was just saying. But also, if you're new to the industry, the more you set that Showtime Closer up, the more you're going to learn about design. So when we teach design, we talk about different lighting designs, techniques, and principles. And you always want to adhere to those. But as you go on, and I'm sure Frank now, always be there, for support with Luis, but now he wants to put his own signature on his design. So as long as you adhere to those basic principles and techniques, the way I'm going to design a project, Ahmad, Luis, and Frank, they're all going to be different because it's like painting a picture.
How can an integrator sign up for that training you mentioned in May?
Yeah, if they go to our website, first of all, they could talk to our rep firms. They can call Ahmad if somebody was interested, or our other rep firms throughout the U.S. But if you go to our website and you go to the education tab, you drop down and go to events, and you'll see it's the Garden Lake Boot Camp, and they can sign up, through us directly or through the rep firm. So, but listen, if somebody comes to that, I highly recommend it. If you wanted to get into the lighting business, there's no reason not to. But I would strongly recommend you come there because you're going to learn a ton. That's why we're calling it boot camp. It's 2 days of nonstop education.
And on top of that, Jason, what we do as a rep firm, we also have our own training sessions that we held as well here, local in our market. And we bring the product in, we bring the guys in, we'll do demos, we'll train them. And then we also offer in the field training. So once we get them on board, we get them signed up, they purchase their demo kit, they purchase their nighttime demo kit. We, as the rep firm, would accompany them on however many jobs it takes, 2, 3, 10, 12, whatever we got to do as your rep. We're not the sales guys. We're your partner. We're here to teach you and educate you. We'll go on job site with you. We'll do the demos for your homeowners, designers, your builder, architect, and we will teach you in the field how we do it, why we do it, the way we do it, how it's done. And if I'm not mistaken, Frank, I think that really helped you as well, correct? I mean, that really adds.
Yeah, I think it was huge the first couple big jobs. I mean, it was a little intimidating, you know. I mean, it's a lot of wiring, it's a lot of connections, but all worked out well. And now it's a ball that just keeps rolling. People start seeing the jobs and they start making phone calls. Hey, and now it's just, you know, we're not marketing it, but it happens almost in every house.
Fantastic. All right, Luis, let me turn back to you. We mentioned, exposure of, outdoor lighting is going to be exposed to the elements. We've got landscapers who are in there with weed whackers and all sorts of things that can happen. How does Garden Light LED ensure the longevity of its products, and what's the process for warranty claims?
Okay, like Ahmad and Bruce mentioned already, we're a US-based manufacturer. So Garden Light engineers, design, and we test our product between 24 to 48 hours, it depends the product, before we ship it out. So that gives us a full quality control. We want to make sure when you open the fixture, it's ready to install and it's going to work, right? But if something happened, we offer our 20-year limited warranty. So how it's going to work? Okay, if for some reason there is a fixture that stopped working, we recommend the customer to call our warranty department. We will advance replacement a fixture right away, but we're going to send with a return label, so they can send the fixture back to us and figure out what the product failed, right? So that's why we say that, we have a warranty that is unheard of. 20-year warranty is a lot, but we are so confident in the product that's why we know it's not going to fail. But just in case, that will be the process. So what I'm trying to say with this is, you're not alone. Garden Light doesn't sell fixtures. We're not a company that sells fixtures. We sell a full low voltage LED system, right? We have a corrosion-free wire, corrosion-free product, connectors, transformer, made in USA with 20-year warranty. And also our system comes with triple surge protector. So all that is a system. And as you know, unfortunately, the lighting industry had a bad reputation because anybody can offer spotlights and path lights, right? And they consider that a lighting design, which is not, right? So as a company, Garden Light, we're making sure that that bad reputation start fading away, having, professionals like Phoenix, Ahmad, Frankie, and companies like AV companies to elevate that lighting industry to the next level.
So Bruce, tell us why the triple surge protection and the driver design are such key differentiators for Garden Light LED.
Like Luis was saying before, we just don't sell fixtures, we sell a lighting system. And again, being that we're in Florida and we really, we manufacture, design, engineer all of our product to uphold into that most brutal environment, which is Florida. So in Florida, you have a lot of high density areas, especially in the summer, you got air conditioners coming on. So you get a lot of inconsistent power surges, which is not good for the performance of an LED. So we have what we call triple surge protection, okay? So on the primary side, the 120 volt side of the transformer, in the winding, we have a surge protector in the transformer. On the secondary side, where it converts from line voltage 120 to low voltage, we have another surge protection pill that goes into the transformer. Then every one of our LED boards is going to have a surge protector on it. So when you have inconsistent power surges, it's going to protect the LED for optimal performance. And this is, again, one of the things that we educate our dealers on, because when you go make a presentation to a homeowner, when they hear that, that's going to separate you from the competition and make you more valuable to your customer because you're educating them on the performances of LEDs. And then when it comes to the driver, 97% of the times a LED fails, it has nothing to do with the LED, okay? It's the driver. And it's either because the driver's inferior, which ours aren't. We make our drivers right in our facility. They're top quality, the best in the market. Or they're put into an environment where the heat's not being managed properly inside the fixture. So even though we have proper heat management with our fixtures, we still feel more comfortable with the fixture on the outside that goes into the post that holds the fixture into the ground. But another benefit to that, again, because we're from Florida, is there's a lot of lightning strikes. So if you have a lightning strike, it's not guaranteed, but a lot of times the lightning strike is going to go through the ground. It's going to hit that driver. And it's going to destroy the driver, but it's going to protect the LED. So all you have to simply do is, like Ahmad said earlier, is go out, cut 2 wires, take the damaged driver out, put a new driver in, and you're off and running.
To add to that, Jason, I actually had a dealer of mine who here in Boca who did her entire house with Garnlight, of course. And literally not even 3 weeks after she had the lights installed, lightning strike hit. One of her trees got split in half. That's how hard of a strike it was. All her lights went out. Everything went out. Went back out there, tested the system. The only thing that got damaged was the surge protector pill that's in the transformer, which was a $15 replacement, and the drivers on the fixtures. So for less than $100 in cost of materials, every single light was back on again by just replacing the drivers and replacing the LED surge protector on that transformer. So we've experienced it, and it definitely does do the job. So yes, you were getting a true triple surge protection on that product.
So Ahmad, following up on what Luis was just saying about the 20-year warranty, there are some specific ways that Gardenlight LED is designing and making its products that enable them to offer that warranty. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, one of the things about Gardenlight, the way their fixtures are made, one, you have an integrated board and external driver, where the competition has pretty much a MR16 drop-in bulb you can pick up at any hardware shop, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc., and replace the bulb. You got an internal built driver that controls the power to the fixture, to the bulb, and when that burns up, you change the bulb, doesn't work, you got to trash the light and put a new light in. So 18 to 24 months is your average lifespan for your competition standard landscape lighting voltage product. With Garnlight LED, being as an integrated board, external driver, it's field serviceable, field repairable, and your investments in metal. The metals that they use will outlive the 20-year warranty. They'll outlive the house. The metal is not going to rot. It's not going to kill. It's not going to go anywhere. Now, with their boards, if there's a board problem, 3 screws, I take the board out, put a new board in. If it's a driver, 2 wires, remove the driver, replace, you got a brand new driver. You got a brand new fixture that's working again. So whether it's lightning strike, surge, however you want to take it, it's going to be serviced. So because Garnlight knows the product they have, and because the way they're engineered, designed, and manufactured, they can very confidently give that 20-year warranty with the advanced replacement, because we know the type of product that we have. It is going to survive the elements out there where the competition can't offer that type of service. So it's going back to manufacturing, quality control, and understanding the product that we have in order to be able to give that type of warranty, which the competition cannot.
Also, if I can add something really fast, it will be just to piggyback what Ahmad just said. You know, as an installer, when I was installer, right, and I'm gonna date myself, that was 19 years ago, so it was bulbs. That were not another technology, but right now with the LED bulbs, if you have, and this is my lighting design point, right? So when I have a customer that says, okay, I'm gonna work all these lighting design only with LED bulbs, with all my respect, you're gonna install 200 fixtures, right? So what is gonna happen? The question is, what is gonna happen when one LED bulb start going bad, right? Start working. Now you're going to have the domino effect, and you're going to spend so much time replacing bulbs, and it will be endless. You replace one, and when you finish the 200, you started with the number 1 again, and the performance is not the same. Having our fixtures, I know a lot of people say that they like the fixtures because they look nice, beautiful, but there is a reason behind. The reason behind is we designed the fixture to dissipate the heat from the LED. So you have the performance that you will never have in the LED bulb. So if I can say something else, it will be a good, you mentioned it before, Jason, the maintenance, right? Is a good opportunity to offer the maintenance and say, listen, not because the fixture is bulletproof, doesn't require maintenance. There are other elements that will try to destroy the system, right? landscapers, animals, kids, pets. You mentioned it, right? So to keep the level of the lighting design the same way that it was installed the first day, maintenance is required. So you can go back and adjust, and they have, the original lighting design for the next, I don't know, 10, 20 years.
That 20-year warranty is fantastic. And I think that there's a great opportunity for integrators to tack on an outdoor service agreement, because as I mentioned, these things can get damaged by outside influences. So there's a real revenue opportunity on top of what you are offering out there from the warranty protection standpoint that integrators can consider for this category. So, all right. Is there anything else that anybody wanted to add? I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, Jason, just real quick, as far as the material, a lot of the products out there that don't hold up well is made out of a spun brass. It's not as beefy. It's not going to hold up, especially in harsh environments. But all of our fixtures are CNC machine, like Ahmad was saying, out of either solid brass, solid 20-foot bars, or 6061 aircraft grade aluminum. So this is what the military uses for a lot of the machinery. This is what they make airplanes out of. So rest assured, it's going to hold up great in any environment. But, we talked about this, the Showtime closer, but we also have the sales presentation kit, which actually has our most popular fixtures with all the different finishes. But it's really, really important when an integrator goes out and makes a presentation to a client, they have that also, because they can put the fixture in their hands and they could talk and they could see the quality of it. And talk about, we have double gasketed O-rings, we have an ant guard. So, you can't have any kind of ant infestation into the fixture. And one good thing about us is, I've been in the industry now for 20 years. Florida is by far, it's not even close to the harshest environment that I've ever encountered in the US or Canada or even to Central America into the Caribbean. It's just absolutely brutal. So everything we manufacture is, made to uphold into that Florida environment. But it's really, really important, and even like Luis was talking about before, we have in our sales presentation kit, we have a sample of our tin coated marine grade wire with our connectors. So you can show a client, hey, this is how we make our connections, because, your highest chance of failure on any lighting system is your connection. You want to make sure you show your homeowner what makes you different, not only with the fixtures, but, again, with the connections, with the, the triple surge protection, on the transformer side. Just like Luis is saying, we're not just selling lighting fixtures, we're selling a lighting system. And that's why we offer a 20-year warranty.
All right. Some great advice there. Frank, Ahmad, Luis, Bruce, thanks for joining CE Pro today. And hopefully we've enlightened some integrators on how they can really do well in this outdoor lighting category. Thanks again, guys.